Hello everybody, this is the next lesson in the series for FM3, and thankfully we're on a topic that's actually quite easy to sort out compared to the last very, very heavy tax topic that we've done. And this topic is on the goods and services tax, or the GST. Now, the GST is what we call a value-added tax. In other words, when you buy something, it's a tax that's put on top of all the goods we buy. And in Australia, if you buy, for example, any luxury item, anything that's not food or educational, you pay 10% extra on top of what it's worth. For example, if you buy something for $10, a luxury item for $10, you'll end up paying 10% extra, and so you'll actually pay $11 for that item, and 10% of that item that extra dollar goes to the government as tax. And so it was introduced 15 odd years ago now, so quite a while ago, 20 years ago even. So really, how do we actually do it? We need to be able to deal with our percentages, our 10%, in order to be able to do this quite well. Now, the points to remember are that when you're doing your GST questions, if the price with the GST, that's 110% of the original price. The price without GST is just 100% of the original price, and the GST alone is only 10%. Now, I'll show you what I mean. If we calculate the price of goods initially worth $367 after a GST of 10% is added, what we have to do is the price plus GST equals $367 plus, now there's a different way we're going to do this, and this is the way I'm just showing you now, 10% of 367. Now that's sort of the long way of doing it. Really, if we know that this is 100% of what we're paying for is $367, and this is another 10% on top of that, we can now say the price plus GST is 110% of $367. Now all we have to do is just type that straight into our calculator. So let's move it out of the way a little bit. There we go. 110% of $367, and we end up with $403.70. So that's one type of question. That's the type of question where we have the amount and we have to figure out the 10%. The other type of question, which is the more difficult of the two, is if they give you the GST percentage and the price after the GST has been added. So what they're actually saying here is 100, and in this case it's a GST of 12.5%. In all countries around the world the GST is a different amount. 112.5% of a number we're looking for is $4,560. Now we've done these sort of questions before. When we have a percentage of an amount, gives us another amount. It's those backwards questions that we did earlier in the topic. And so what do we have to do? We have to divide both sides by 112.5%. And we end up with 4,560 divided by 112.5%. The original price of the item would have been $400,053.33. So remember, if it's one of the ones that gives us we are calculating the original price, we have to divide. If it's one of those ones where we're calculating the price after the GST, we have to multiply. Okay, so there's the divide, and there's the multiply. Hope it helps.